Connecticut's public education system is at a crossroads. Today, a child's educational opportunity is still dictated by their zip code and the property values around them. Per pupil spending varies dramatically across the state from $16,646 in some districts to as high as $49,304 in others. That means two children, living only a short drive apart, can receive vastly different levels of classroom support, enrichment, and opportunity. This inequality is no accident. Connecticut relies more heavily on local property taxes to fund schools than most states. Wealthy towns can raise strong school budgets with far less effort, while property-poor communities must push their taxpayers harder just to cover the basics. This creates a system where wealth becomes access and poverty becomes limitation. It is class-based inequity built directly into state policy. The state's education cost-sharing ECS formula is supposed to counterbalance these differences, but it has a critical flaw. The foundation amount, the base number used for calculating how the state funds students, has been frozen at $11,525 since 2013, more than a decade of inflation, higher staffing costs, rising special education expenses, and general economic pressures have all eroded this outdated figure. Leaving the foundation untouched has deepened inequity in every corner of the state. Students are learning in classrooms where costs have gone up every year. Yet the state's formula still behaves as if it's 2013. This erodes essential programs, increases class sizes, limits enrichment opportunities, and places unnecessary burden on taxpayers in property-poor towns. The state must acknowledge that a formula that never changes cannot meet the needs of a modern education system. That's why advocates across Connecticut are calling for raising the foundation amount to $17,000. This number is not a claim about the true cost of educating a child. It is a policy proposal designed to correct more than 10 years of inflationary erosion and bring greater equity to the funding formula. A $17,000 foundation would help stabilize district budgets, reduce inequity, and move Connecticut toward a fairer, more predictable funding structure. But this change will not happen on its own. It requires public pressure, political will, and a chorus of voices from every community demanding fairness. Here is what you can do right now. 1. Call Governor Ned Lamont at 8605-664-840 or 800-406-1527. 2. Write letters to the editor. Explain how property tax reliance and a decade-old foundation amount harm children. Your voice influences legislators. 3. Attend your local Board of Education and town council meetings. Share these facts and urge your leaders to demand that the state update the foundation amount. 4. Testify at state budget hearings. Your story makes an impact. Lawmakers remember the voices they hear. 5. Share this information with friends, neighbors, and coworkers. Grassroots awareness is how movements grow. Every child in Connecticut deserves access to a high-quality education regardless of their zip code, family income, or property values in their town. Raising the ECS foundation amount is a vital and necessary step toward fairness. This is a civil rights issue, a class issue, and a moral imperative. Our kids cannot wait.